Hello everyone, and welcome to another review video on the Yamaha MT09 900cc Sports Tourer, as they call it. So this is it. This is the Race Blue MT09 edition, 2017 model. The silver rear panel, as you can tell, is the 2017. On the 2018 it is blue. There's quite a lot of difference between what they've changed on the older models. So compared to the original, they've now removed the indicators from being up here and they have placed them down here. They've removed the massive stock number plate and left it with just the floppy indicators, and they've put a giant lamppost on the rear of your wheel, which is in a great fitment but just a weighty, non-needed accessory, but does give the rear end a good look if you blank that out. They have changed the pillion pegs and the rider pegs. They were aluminium with rubber. They're now solid stainless, I believe, or just stainless steel, one of the two. They've also changed the brake pedal, which is now stainless or stainless steel, one of the two. I think they've changed the colour scheme to how the 09 is set out now. Mirrors, all that are still the same. The biggest difference, two biggest differences which they have done, is the rear light. It's now not an LED basic separate unit as it used to be. It is actually properly integrated now, which I will turn on later on. And the other biggest part that they've done is they have changed from the circle type oval front light to the split, I kind of call them like butterfly eyes. Don't know why I call them butterfly eyes, they just remind me because they're separate and they're kind of like that. Adjustable front forks, normal like standard adjustments on the rear suspension. I didn't get an SP, so you can't have like the Olins and all that malarkey stuff. The muffler is also differently styled as opposed to how the old one used to be. I think it used to be a bit longer and it were kind of blended with how the stainless kind of like changes its colour. It was kind of like that, but now it's just a silver and black, which also looks pretty good. They haven't changed too much with regards to the screen, but I'm pretty sure you had traction on the old one. I don't know if it was adjustable though. So you have your traction control, horn indicators, high beam, low beam, pass through light, your mode button, hazards and kill switch. So I shall turn it on for you. You get that lovely display. Obviously the biggest thing is the quick shifter on the 2017 plus models. That is one of the biggest accessories that come absolutely standard with this bike. It is absolutely wicked. So as you can see, if you go down, you change TCS, which is traction control, to mode 2, mode 1, and you hold it up, and now it's switched off. I'll put it back on mode 1 for the sake of it. You have your mode button, which has got 3 modes. You have A mode, standard mode and B mode. B mode being, you know, kind of it's raining, it's really wet, you don't want to be pinning the throttle, so it kind of restricts your throttle. So when you first give it some, it builds it up gradually as opposed to instantly hitting it. You have standard, which is more, you know, I want to be a bit aggressive but not crazy, so it's not going to give you everything, but it's going to give you a fair amount. And then you have, which is like the reckless A mode, which is a arrogant mode, as I call it, which just gives you absolutely everything. You know, you have full power of the bike, do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, so you can adjust all that. So you, like you can see, press it, you got A mode, B mode, standard, back to A. Then you have your hazards, which you switch them on. As you can see, they're on at the front and they are on at the back. And you can also see how they've done the rear light as well now, which is absolutely gorgeous. All LED unit system type of thing. It'll be hard to show you the brakes, but obviously when you press them, I can't show you the underneath, but it lights up the whole unit, as opposed to how you used to have that big block thing used to sit there and reflect back at you. You can also see the front lights, you can see the underlights, as you can see underneath there. There are two underlights, I don't know if you can see it. Give you a little wipe underneath there. They just sit under there, and that is just for when you turn the bike on with a key. Obviously when you start it, get the traditional kill switch start. You have the twin lights on at the front, which look amazing, along with the LED strips at the bottom still. And the rear light is still the same, which is cool. As opposed to sound, not much different, but it sounds a little bit cooler. Also, as you can see, you know, you have your normal stuff, your miles per gallon, the heat of your bike. Pretty sure, I'm not too sure what the other temperature is, I can't actually remember. Your miles, you know, your time, miles per hour, gear indicator, very handy, fuel light, you know, you can just turn that off. And one of the other biggest changes that they've now done is, when you used to have your key in the bike, obviously you had the on, the off, the steering lock, and then the parking light, which when you used to lock it, if you look now, if I can turn it, right, which was obviously, you used to put it in that and you used to have to remove the key, and the front lights would stay on. There is no more front lights that stay on. All that does now is allows you to place your hazards on. So that was one of their biggest changes. So as you can see, the key is in my hand, the steering lock is on, and the indicators are still on. Obviously the minute you turn that off, if I can get the key back in, they switch off as well. So that was another one of their biggest changes. I don't know why, but obviously leaving the key in that position, whether you're using the hazards or not, is still going to drain the battery. So that is pretty much it. The bike is absolutely amazing. That is as far as my review can really go. They've done some other little changes like these, you know, just more appearance changes on the 2017 plus models now, and you know, but I mean, that's really it, all I can do for the review. Obviously you've seen the quick shifter and all that. This is just my stand around review, as you would call it. I'll just give you guys one look around the bike. This is just the standstill review, as I suppose you could say. It's showing you everything that's on it, and all that good stuff. But we will go on for a ride video in a separate video. I will two-part this, so if you want to see the ride video, make sure you go onto my channel and you will see the onboard review version to this from me riding off in a moment. So yeah, so I do hope you guys did enjoy this review. For part 2, like I say, go to my channel and click on the part 2 part, and I shall see you guys over on the part 2 version of this video. So I shall see you on the motorcycle. See you later.